All right, we're going to play some season ticket baseball here today. I haven't had this game for a lengthy amount of time. In fact, not long at all. I've played three games of the 1986 World Series, of which the Boston Red Sox have won two, and the Mets have won one. And it's Game 4 time. Game 4 at Fenway Park. Here's the ballpark card, the field chart, and then we've got the my setup here with the pitcher over here, starting pitcher Bruce Hurst for the Red Sox, and the lineup for the New York Mets is Lenny Dykstra, Rafael Santana, Keith Hernandez. Keith Hernandez, I despise him. I'm just kidding. Maybe some of you might get that Seinfeld reference. Ray Knight, Gary Carter, Mookie Wilson, Darryl Strawberry, Lee Mazzilli, and Wally Backman. And on the mound for the Mets is going to be Sid Fernandez. So this is going to be a good one, of course. 1986 World Series, of course, is going to be a good one. Red Sox and Mets. For the Red Sox, we got Don Baylor leading off. Tony Armas batting second. Wade Boggs. Jim Rice. Marty Barrett. Dwight Evans. Ed Romero. Rich Gedman. Dave Stapleton. And I'm going with as-played lineups on this because I'm using Digital Diamond to score the game. Let me click over there and show that to you. So Digital Diamond, I started using this a number of weeks back and scoring. I used the board game companion to score my games. Just want to double check something. I want to make sure. I hope the mic's working. I don't see any anything that shows me that the mic is working. Other than it's not muted. So here we go. We'll just go with it. I'm kind of testing this setup out anyway, so I'm hoping it works, and then I'll share this with you on my channel. But we've got Digital Diamond here. And you see here's the pitcher, and then the lineup of the hitters for the Mets. Now, they have their pictures in here that I uploaded. Some of them, like Dykstra, shows him wearing a Phillies cap. So back when he was with the Phillies before he was at the Mets. And then here's the Gedman, obviously, behind the plate. You got Hurst, you got Boggs, and around the infield there, Armas in center, Rice in left. Anyway, so Digital Diamond scoring it, so I'll click over there when I'm scoring it, and then we'll watch the rolls here on this side. So we'll see how this setup works and looks once I finish it. I'm not going to have the entire game on this particular recording. I might do the first 3 or 4 innings, and then I'll pick it back up again after I kind of check out to see how that looked. So here we go. Here's our season ticket baseball. I really like this game. I've added it to my game repertoire, which you guys can probably see some strat charts there in the back. So obviously I play that. I also play Payoff Pitch, which I really like a lot. Baseball Classics. I need to do a video with playing a game of Baseball Classics. That's pretty cool. Batter Up Baseball, which is not very well known, but it's a game from the 70s that was put out by the Astor Baseball Company, and it's been kind of revised and revived, that is, by Steve Etzel and I believe some other guys. And if you're on YouTube, rather Facebook at all, you can look up the Batter Up Baseball group and jump in there. The game's actually free. You can download all the game portions that you need, everything you need for the game at the Facebook site, and then and they're putting out new teams. So anyway, back to season ticket baseball. So here we go. Bruce Hurst taking the mound for the Boston Red Sox and the Mets. Lenny Dykstra steps up. Lefty versus lefty matchup here to start the game, and here we go. It's a 3, so red, white, and blue, right? It's a 396. 396 for Dykstra, and that is going to be a leadoff double. So I click back over here. I just want to show you. I'm going to do it a little faster than I am here at the beginning. And I just score the double. May even get some sound effects out of it. Let's try it again. All right, here we go. Yep. All right, here we go. Hopefully you get their sound effects. There's a crack of the bat, and Dykstra drives one to the gap, and he is in there with a leadoff double to start this game. So nice start for the Mets, that is, with Dykstra at second base, and that'll bring up Rafael Santana. Now, with Dykstra at second, he's a base runner. He's a base stealer. We're not going to do anything with him, but something neat that Clay Dreslow has done with season ticket baseball is he's got this auto manager that you do some rolls, you do some checks, and you see what the managerial decision is going to be if you want to use that. And I have been using it. It takes a little bit longer, especially for me at the beginning here, being kind of new, but it's cool. You don't have to kind of manage against both teams. You just do the auto manager, and there you go. So we got Dykstra on base. He's up at second base, and the batter now is Rafael Santana. So nobody out, runner at second. Hurst, the delivery, it's a 218, and he is a righty, Santana. So a 218 is against a righty is a 3-1. So that's hit on the ground to first base. Hernandez will flip it to Hurst. And Dykstra moves up to third base. Hopefully you're hearing some of the sound effects from Digital Diamond. All right, so runner at third, one out, and it's Keith Hernandez. Keith Hernandez. I despise him. Again, there's my Seinfeld reference with Keith Hernandez. All right. Hernandez steps in against Hurst. Here's the pitch. It's a 227. Hernandez is a lefty. So 227. And we check the split, and he struck him out. So it's a one-out strikeout of Hernandez with a runner at Dykstra at third base. And that will bring up Ray Knight. So we'll see if they end up stranding the runner here. Ray Knight to face Bruce Hurst, top of the first. Dykstra with the leadoff double, moved up to third on a ground ball by Santana to first. And Hernandez strikes out. Here's Knight stepping in. Righty against the lefty this time. Here's the pitch. It is a 1-5-1. On the pitcher's card, a 1-5-1 is another strikeout for Bruce Hurst. So he ends the inning strong after a big start for the Mets with the leadoff double by Lenny Dykstra, and that will end the top of the first inning. So Sid Hernandez will take his place to the mound, and here comes the lineup for the Boston Red Sox, leading off Don Baylor, due up Antonio Armas, and Wade Boggs. So you see Fernandez, Baylor, Armas, and Boggs due up. All right, here we go. Fernandez against Don Baylor. Here's the pitch. Oh, it's a ballpark check, a 694. Now, I didn't mention I did roll before the game. We got cloudy skies, 57 degrees, and a wind blowing in from center field. So it's going to be a -1 on deep drives to any of the three ballparks, left, center, or right. So let's see what we got here on a 694. Now, it's the Red Sox on their home field, so you add 5 to that, and it's a 699. It may be 10 now. I'm going to double check that at some point. I should know for sure. 694. So in this case, it would make a difference if it is a +10, because that would be a deep drive, deep center field, and instead of a walk. But the wind's really blowing in today. We're going to stick with the +5 right now. That's the original number. And it is a leadoff walk for Don Baylor. Would have been interested to see if he how Baylor, because he's a power 8. But they pitched carefully to him, and it is a walk for Baylor to start the first inning. So Baylor goes on down to first base, and the new batter is Tony Armas. Now, Baylor, let's see. Is he a threat to run at all? He's at speed 2, a steal 3. No, not really. We could definitely do the check. Gary Carter is the catcher for the Mets. He's got a 5 arm, and so likely here that Baylor obviously would not run. He's not a big base stealer. He did steal 3 bases that season, but he was caught stealing 5 times. Too big of a situation to be getting caught stealing right now. Game 4 of the World Series. So Baylor's on at first, and here's Tony Armas. It's a 358. That's going to be on the batter's card, a 358. And that is an infield single for Armas. So I'll go over here to Digital Diamond, score that. Infield single. Baylor moves up to second. Armas at first, nobody out. So Fernandez in a little bit of trouble here for the Mets to start off the first inning. A walk and an infield single, and it's Wade Boggs coming to the plate. Boggs now to face Hernandez in the bottom of the first. It's a 2, red, white, blue. So 251. 251 against a lefty. Let's see. That is a strikeout for Fernandez. Big strikeout in that situation. So Fernandez strikes out Boggs. You hear the swing and a miss, and out number 1. And that'll bring up Jim Rice. Jim Rice now the hitter. Runners at first and second, and 1 away. Fernandez with a big strikeout. Now he's looking for a double play ball. Let's see what he can get. Here's Rice. It's a 143. 143 on Fernandez's card is another walk. So you see that right there. 135 to 146 is a walk. So that's going to load the bases for the Red Sox in the bottom of the first. And the batter will be Marty Barrett. Marty Barrett that season hit 286. He had a 353 on-base percentage, a 381 slugging percentage. 60 RBIs. And yes, it's okay to say RBIs. I think it's funny, these people that just say RBI when it's a plural number. And I understand the argument for it. It's not run batted ends. I get it, but RBI, the RBI itself. Let's look at the card. Does it say R's BI? No. RBI is a term of its own. Yeah, you say runs batted in, but RBI is a term of its own, and it's okay to pluralize it and say RBIs. Always has been, always will be. So there's my take on that. I know a lot of people disagree with me, and some people do. So, um, yeah, right here, what I was showing, RBI. It's a term of itself, of its own. Okay, so it's okay to pluralize that and say RBIs. All right, let's see if he can get one or two or however many here. Bases loaded, one out for the Red Sox in the bottom of the first. Sid Fernandez in a little bit of trouble for the Mets. Here's the pitch. Uh-oh. A 493 off the hitter's card against a lefty pitcher. Let's see, a 493 versus a lefty is a fly ball to center field plus. It's an F8 plus on the card. And what that means is that's going to be a sack, actually, a sacrifice fly. Runner from third scores. Runner from second holds. Let's see if I did that right.